You're gonna have to be patient with me on this. I'm not really good at filming at night. It's not even that late, it's 6 p.m. but because it's winter time, it just gets dark by like 4. Good enough. So yeah, this is going to be a very special painting video because it's very personal and it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and now I have a good reason to. I have a month to do this for a potential surprise sort of opportunity, shall we say. I don't want to tell it, not only to jinx it, but also because if I don't get it, that'll be sad. But at the same time, either way I would love to have this self-portrait hanging around my house because the reference that I'm using is very important to me. It's a sad story, but it has a happy ending. However, if you're not in the headspace to listen to it, I'll put a timestamp where you can skip over this part of the story. It's fine. You'll know what the reference is anyway. The reference in question is like this picture of me leaning against the wall. And I took this picture, and I remember this day so well. It would have been in late September 2021. And that year was a very hard year for me mentally. Pandemic, isolation, battling very severe crippling insomnia. And while it never got so bad that I did anything that I would regret, there were moments where I came close. And the day I took this picture was one of those lower days. Having insomnia dismantles you in every way, ways people don't even think about. Yeah, sure, your mind's gonna be foggy, but every aspect of your body that you don't even think about, your heart rate, your digestive system, it all slows down, and you just feel numb. I remember it used to hurt to blink. And I had just moved into this new place, and I couldn't wait to get out of the old one. But I didn't know what to do with myself when I got there. And I must have slept very badly that night because I saw the sun come up, the room would get brighter, and I had absolutely no motivation to do anything. And anyone who's been in that state knows that even things like brushing your hair or your teeth or showering feels like such an overwhelming thing to do. But I had done my hair 2 days beforehand. And so at some point I just said to myself, you know, what do you really want to do? And I just wanted to take pictures. And I told myself to, I know this might sound unbelievable, but it was my logic at the time. They said, put your face on, put some makeup on, you'll feel better about yourself, and taking these pictures will be the perfect excuse to get yourself up and ready. To the best of my abilities. I am actually still wearing my pajama shirt in this image. I still own it and I still sleep in it, but my hair was, you can see it's a little bit frizzy. I had no plan. I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was a self-portrait. It was just a case of experiment. I was very new to photography, and had you told me then, sorry I'm jumping ahead, but I just remember wanting to impress somebody with them as well. A friend of mine who did photo shoots a lot, and I just wanted to show that I could do it too at home with the equipment that I had. And I just stood near the wall. I only had one window. If you go back to the Berries and Biscuits video, you'll know which window I'm talking about. It had that one window and that one wall. And so I decided to do some, I had intended to do it in black and white. I didn't have a serious plan, just like whatever looks somewhat decent. And I found it very hard to smile for the pictures. It felt stupid. I'm sure many people have been in that position, but I still posed. I kind of experimented with like my hands and arms. I'm sure I've got a few more pictures from that shoot, but this one, I don't know why, I just really liked it. I think it perfectly encapsulated how I wanted to look, but how I felt at the same time. This was taken 4 years ago now. Gosh, it looks so simple. It's very simple setup. It's a very simple pose. I'm not doing much with my face. I'm just looking directly into the camera, and yet it seems to, for me at least, express so much. The happy ending that I can conclude to this is that this day was the beginning of the end of that really dark period. I remember I slowly and surely, with different events, I kind of changed so much about myself, my way of living, the people I surrounded myself with, my goals for myself and my life and what I wanted to do changed. Little things like this photo shoot proved to me, you know, even the little negative things like you do look nice, you are pretty, you are capable of taking your own pictures, you can model, you can do this. And fast forward to the beginning of 2025, I have since, you know, started a business, started a YouTube channel, done over 50 photo shoots for photographers, and even been paid for them since. So much of my life had changed. I hadn't even met my partner yet when I took this picture. I didn't think I was capable. Sorry, I didn't expect to get emotional on this camera, but it's so funny that such a simple picture takes me back to all that, and how much has changed since, and the things I would love to tell this woman, what's coming her way, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, there's so much of all three of them, and it's amazing, and I'm so proud of her. I am proud of this. I am so proud of this girl for holding on when she did, because I couldn't have the life I had if she didn't. Even though this picture was taken in such a dark, depressing time in my life, looking back on it, it just seems like that spark that turned everything around. And I think it perfectly captures, if you don't mind me saying so, the youth and beauty of me, and even with so much sadness behind those eyes or in that face, I think if you look into the eyes, there's still a spark, a light, a want, if you will. This picture is important to me for all those reasons, and it's my profile picture for most of my personal profiles. My WhatsApp has it, my laptop has it as its main profile. I'm getting older and I'm aging, and I still kind of look like that, but not all the way. I just don't feel ready to change that picture. I feel like I'm gonna be in my 40s and still having that picture as a profile because I love it so much. Yeah, that picture will always have a place in my heart. Anyway, enough of all that. With all that being said, I really hope that this experiment, this little project, doesn't change my mind on all that. We're going to paint a self-portrait. We're going to try our best to make it look as good as possible. That captures the exact same, I wanted to capture the same light, the same eyes. I wanted to capture the look that I see whenever I look at this photo. And I have reasons besides the obvious for painting it, but today I have given myself a month to get it done because I need it for other stuff. I'm nervous because it is that time period. As I said at the very beginning of this video, I work a day job. Sometimes full-time, sometimes part-time, depending on the shifts, which means I do not get to be in this office when there's daylight, and I'm quite dependent on daylight when it comes to painting until you fast forward all my time lapses and you just see the light coming and going. So hopefully with this project the light will be dependable. I'm excited and nervous. Like, part of me is like, relax, it's gonna be fine. It's quite a simple portrait when you think about it. I think the most complex part is of course the hands, face, and hair, which is pretty much all of it. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna see how this goes. I am choosing to be optimistic. So yeah, let's get started. Starting off strong was this first footage that I had to crop because I accidentally filmed it vertically. I'm just kidding. What I'm actually gonna do is try not to yap too much for this voiceover painting session, so I'm just gonna cut in where I can. But I'd like to see what your thoughts are, just being able to enjoy the painting as the process goes. Let me know if you prefer it this way. Enjoy! probably seen me go over the skin tone at least 3 times in this video. The first time was because I found the skin tone far too patchy and uneven, and I didn't get that smooth texture of the skin that I wanted. But then the second part was far too smooth, with not enough contrast and values, and it just didn't look realistic enough. It looked a bit like I was a porcelain doll. And then finally, I just wanted it to look more alive, look more realistic, and I felt like I had made it too flat, so the third layer is kind of the this will do layer. I hope this reassures some artists out there that are a bit insecure of skin tones and mixing their own skin tones. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't get much better, you just have to wing it as an artist, even at my level. I was always under the assumption that I was really good at painting hair and fabrics, and I'll be honest, the beginning of this painting had me doubting that up until this point. My God, was that shirt coming to life under my paintbrush, if you will. However, when it came to doing the hair, at this very moment you're watching now, I was hyperventilating thinking of putting those marks on top of her face. It had to be done, but it was very much a there's no going back after this. I apologize for the time jump right here. I didn't realize my camera had stopped recording and I missed capturing all of this wonder I put into the painting where it really starts coming together. I mean, it's all just by a few little strokes highlighting the hair curls, but oh my gosh, does it bring that painting to life. It was right here and then my confidence shot up. This was a great portrait. This is gonna be great. Can't get better than that. I was so scared to touch it anymore. I was like, oh, can I do final touches here and there? Oh, this is gonna mess up the painting. I don't want to mess it up any further. So I just did a few highlights and I called it a day, but oh, I was so happy. Look how wonderful she turned out. So proud. Here she is. So I submitted her to the Sky Portraits Art of the Year. She didn't get accepted, which is fine because I'm very proud of this painting. It looks so good. I fall in love with it every time I look at it. It looks like me. It actually looks like me, and like another self-portrait I did a long time ago, which we will not speak about. But yeah, can't wait to hang this one on my wall. I think something I might have said in my intro, it was a while when I recorded it, but I feel I want to capture every stage of my life. This one is a very important chapter, shall we say, because I know I won't look like this forever. When looking at paintings or pictures like this, it just reminds me that I am, or if looking back, I will know that I was a very pretty girl. Not many people can say that about themselves, and I think that's really sad. We don't allow ourselves to have that reflection, or that we don't give ourselves the space or the memorabilia of our youth like that, and especially when we're young. There's always things I think I could work on. I definitely think the skin is a little bit too flat, even though I went over it like God knows how many times. I think I need to work on being more brave when it comes to skin tones, which we should see very soon. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous self-portrait. Do I still look like her? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more art videos. I also have a website with my shop, so if you would like to buy some prints of the Unfinished Finish series, the Berries and Biscuits series, they will be up on my website, and we do have a discount, so if you buy the set you get one, or depending on how big the selection, 2 for free. And yeah, thank you so much. Remember to support your local artists, and I'll see you next time.